Hi, my name is Jessica Jackson, and today I'm going to be sharing with you our family zone system that keeps our house tidy. So if you are someone that has at least one child at home and you want help cleaning the house on a regular basis, picking up the toys, getting the areas, like I like to say is reset, ready for the next activity, this is for you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Jackson, and this is the new way to thrive in motherhood by leaning into who you are, what you love, your unique family situation, and personal mission to create a life that you actually want to live. I want to invite you to join me in saying no to the life of the exhausted supermom, burnout, victim thinking, being pulled in so many directions, suffering through survival mode, or being lost in motherhood, and say yes to building strong families and moving forward on our greatest goals in order to create a fulfilling life that we are excited to wake up to each day and become a soaring mother. This is the Thriving in Motherhood podcast.
I want to take just a moment and share a free gift that I've created for you called 3 Secrets to Do More of What You Love Without Hiring a Babysitter. This workshop is available for you to go watch right now and start taking action on so that you can do more of what you want to do, more of what's on your heart, more of what is important to you. With your children at home. You don't have to wait for them to be in school or for you to have loads of time. There are ways to start moving forward right now. And you can check that out at thrivinginmotherhoodpodcast.com/workshop. All right. So the origin of this idea of a zone tidy came from Fly Lady, and her concept is that you break your house up into 5 zones, and then every week you focus on a different zone, and you're doing the deep cleaning, the dusting and the vacuuming and the sweeping and the mopping and making sure it's just as clean as can be. But that is not the application that we're talking about here. I'm talking about the act of picking up things and putting them away. And something that we do throughout the week. And we have broken our house into different areas, just the main living area, our downstairs. We have bedrooms upstairs and this main living area downstairs. And we've broken it up into 4 different zones, one for each of my children, and I'm with the youngest and have the biggest zone, so that everybody knows what they are supposed to be doing when it's time to clean up. So some of my favorite benefits to this are that it's not just me cleaning, right? Everybody has a role, everyone has a job, and everyone knows what the expectations are when it is time to clean up. Now, do they love it all the time? No, I have real kids, but it's still very clear cut what needs to happen. It's also really motivated us to have less stuff in the space and to get really clear about what we want to do in each area. Because if we're going to have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old cleaning up on a regular basis an entire section of the house, it cannot be overwhelming. And it needs to be pretty quick turnaround time from start to finish. And so we have very drastically reduced what we have in our main areas so they are set up to succeed so that it's possible for them to do this well. So let's talk about what our zones are. I've gotten lots of questions about this. Like, what are your actual zones? How does this look? So I have drawn for you, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, and if not, I will describe it to you, a very awesome, not quite to scale view of what our downstairs looks like. So here we've got our homeschool room. We've got what we call the red rug room. It's just a very ginormous entryway. We've got our living room area, and then this is our kitchen dining room area and some random space that I genuinely don't know what to do with. So what we do is each child has either 1, 2, and 3. And then my youngest and I have zone 4. And that doesn't mean they don't help me with, cleaning the kitchen or the table. But when it's time to reset, I'm the one powering through the surfaces in the kitchen area and in our dining room and making sure that all of those are reset and that the floors are swept here. And then each child is tackling these zones. And the way that we came up with this is I asked them what areas they wanted to clean. So this is probably a couple years ago now, like 2 or 3 years ago. I just sat down and we kind of broke up the house together in zones, and I said, what do you want to do? And each kid had an opinion, and fortunately they were all different from each other. And so that's what we went with. There might have been some, fighting a little bit, trying to figure it out. But we settled down on this, and we do not rotate zones. So every kid has had the same zone for a really long time. Years since the beginning of it. I don't know if we'll ever switch. There might come a day where they think that's an interesting idea, but for now it's just been pretty much the same zone for years. Today, I'm excited to share with you about the Made to Soar Next 90 Days program. It is a self-paced online course with lots of interaction from me that has transformed the lives of women from all around the world as they have learned to build unique family systems that support them in their own unique life circumstances, that allow the necessary and essential things of life to get done and leave time and energy to do what matters most to them. I'm going to let some women who have been through the program tell you a little bit more about their experience now.
Just mucking through the day was just survival. And then I was like, the thought of trying to do anything extra was like, well, that's just never gonna happen.
I think with Made to Soar, I don't know, I was probably hoping that it'd be the magic bullet for morning.
I mean, we had no systems in our house. I mean, we had no routines. Like we were.
How can I infuse meaning into my life? And even if I do the same thing, how can I think about it differently so that I'm feeling fulfilled?
And so that was my goal in joining the Next 90 Days, was to figure out how to kind of handle all of these different domains. How do I become intentional with all of these things and make sure that I'm meeting my own expectations?
Now I have systems set in place that, like, you know, things like the laundry are just automatic, things get done.
Because I was able to have the foundation of some of these systems and routines, when things got crazy, I could still go back to those and be like, okay, well, at least the laundry got done. At least my kids got fed. At least I read the Bible and did my workout today.
So it helped me go through a couple big moves and big changes and to keep some level of stability for the family.
Figuring out how do I homeschool? How do I do it with consistency and some level of discipline? And then how do I build a business and still find meaningful work outside of my home? All of that, I wouldn't have known how to organize it. It was all kind of just like spaghetti in my brain.
With Made to Soar, just gaining clarity about what I wanted my days and weeks to look like, my hours and my spare minutes.
This is how we get to where we want to go, and just changing those expectations has helped me be happier.
You know, I have power to change my circumstances, right? That I can put in new routines. I can solve some of these problems. I can think about things differently and realize that I have power to be in a better place.
So what are they responsible for? So first of all, you pick things up and put them away. So toys, books, laundry that needs to get to the laundry basket, because I've got kids that are, taking off socks or whatever. You put the shoes back in the shoe bin if they're not there. We have 3 entrances to our house, all in the main area. There's 3 doors, and it may look big on here. It's not big. It's like 800 square feet. And there's 3, if that, maybe even less. There's 3 doors that all lead to the outside. And so we don't have like a clear mudroom flow. There is a clear space for it, but anyway, there's just lots of traffic in and out. So things are always left at different doors. You got to throw away the garbage in your zone, and then every child vacuums their space. Now, I got a cordless vacuum, a Shark vacuum cleaner a couple years ago, and it was a game changer. Total game changer, because each kid can vacuum their space by themselves. It's lightweight. They all love using it. Even my 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old, she was 2, can vacuum an area by herself. So it's goes towards my mission of helping the children be autonomous and being able to perform these tasks and be successful. It was like $200, which is ridiculous because I kind of think of it as a really expensive broom, but it does the floors and it does the rugs, and it has been amazing. And I used to think I wasn't good at keeping floors clean, and then I realized, no, there were just too many steps to keep floors clean when I had all these little kids. If I have a 1-step thing, I was much more successful. So, all right, how long does this take? So when we do our zone cleanings, if everyone's really focused, we can have the entire downstairs reset in about 10 minutes. Even if you look around, you're like, this feels like a disaster. It really does take 10 minutes because we've reduced the amount of things in our spaces very aggressively so that it's very quick to put things away. And then vacuuming just takes a moment because these are, again, they're small spaces. They're not that big. But I will say, it hasn't always been this way. So I have paid very close attention. If I've got a child who's melting down on the regular basis or complaining or, struggling with cleaning their zone, we're paying really close attention. What are the pain points? What's taking a long time? What are the sticking points? And then we try and problem solve those and make it easier for that child to do the thing without me actually doing it for them. And so, oftentimes that means that we just have to get rid of more and more things and have them in different places. It means we need to clean up more often. So like instead of once a week, which for a long time, that's what we did. We did zone cleaning once a week, and once a week, the house was immaculate. Now we probably have the house immaculate twice a week, and we have it good enough the rest of the week. Which I guess is getting into our how often we do this. We are working up to doing it more often every day, but for now, this is working. And I think part of the reason why it works is because we have a system in place. I know that even if the house is clean, we're just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from having it be totally fine again. And so that reduces a lot of my frustrations, or like maybe increases my tolerance to having things out and about, because I know that we can really quickly get a handle on it and reset it. Okay, so that is kind of the overview of how our zone and tidy system works. If this is something you're interested in, I recommend being very collaborative with your kids, even if they're really little. So we started this years ago. My oldest was probably 6 or 7 when we started doing this. So you can start when they're really little. And do it with them. So first you're going to clean up the zone with them, and you're going to make it very clear. Okay, first throw all the garbage away, then find any laundry and put it away. Find any toys and put them away. Find any art supplies. Okay, my house is very lived in. You're going to find all these things in the zones, but, go put all those things away. Great. Throw away the garbage. Awesome. Let's vacuum the floor. But it's really great to train, because my oldest, who's 9 now, can just zip out zones like so fast. I'm like, hey, someone's coming over. No problem. She's got it. So just have that long game in mind. No, it takes time. It takes years, but it's a really impactful way to help the kids build some confidence and some skills, and also just to work together as a team to have a home that is easy to reset. So I hope that this helps you. This is part of the structure pillar and the 3 pillars of thriving. And if you want more help in building out your pillars and in learning how to build family systems that helps your whole, home run smoothly like this, check out Made to Soar, the Next 90 Days program, where we set this up. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you can go to thrivinginmotherhoodpodcast.com/workshop. It'll give you my free class, 3 secrets to do more of what you love without hiring a babysitter, which is very actionable. I've got serious takeaways for you from that course. And you'll also learn more about the Made to Soar program if that's something that you are interested in. So have a wonderful week, and I'm excited to talk with you again next week.
Where you are planted, watch the blossoms grow.